Tonight on DC News Now, a child dies in a fall from a Maryland high-rise apartment building.
They need to be more careful, like windows closed, balcony closed and stuff.
This is the third child to fall from this complex in less than a year. What neighbors want done to prevent more tragedies.
Victims' rights advocates outraged by the allegations DC police manipulated crime numbers.
That made their sort of process in terms of being able to access resources really challenging.
They equate it to justice not being served.
Out there for your Mother's Day weekend, not a washout, but we do have some rain and thunderstorm chances, and we're tracking a warm-up. More on that coming up.
A 2,000-year-old tradition roars to life in Northern Virginia. How a team of lion dancers is bringing these intricate movements and footwork to life.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. Let's get a check at our weather conditions outside on this Friday.
Yes.
We are excited about it, and we take you a live look right now at the White House, and you can see the flag waving there. A little bit of wind outside.
All right, it's a big weekend with Mother's Day, of course. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Jackie Lair. And Jackie, Sunday is looking much better than Saturday, which is good news for all the moms out there.
Exactly. So it is looking, that will be the pick of the weekend because of the warm-up, and then also because more sunshine that we'll see out there, at least for the first half of Sunday, and then later into the day we could see a bit more of the clouds. But at least much of our day Sunday, we're looking at those drier conditions, which is good. But satellite and radar, we're watching that system back out towards the Midwest right now. That will continue to slide its way in, providing us with some of those rain or even thunderstorm chances in through our weekend. But we're not tracking a washout either weekend day, but certainly looks like Saturday, that will be the day that we do see some isolated thunderstorms bubbling up into the afternoon. Out there, though, for your Friday night plans, temperatures hovering those lower 60s in D.C. as well as Hagerstown, right around 60 down towards Culpeper. We already dropped into the upper 50s not too long ago out towards Manassas. Eventually, overnight tonight, those temperatures will drop back upper 40s to low to mid 50s across much of the map. Thankfully, not nearly as chilly as what we started off the day with earlier this morning. If you can recall, we started off with temperatures upper 30s to low to mid 40s. So thankfully, not quite that chilly overnight tonight. Now, for your Mother's Day weekend, like I mentioned, we're talking middle 70s out there for Saturday. That's seasonable for this time of the year, but stay weather aware for some isolated thunderstorm chances developing into the afternoon. I would say between 2 and about 6 p.m. That is really ideally the timing of some of those thunderstorms to pop up. Back in the lower 80s on Sunday, a bit more of that summery feel, but we have increasing clouds later in the day. Chance for some rain late on Sunday with that cold front pushing through. More on that and look ahead towards that next work week coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, we are following breaking news right here on DC News Now, happening in Northern Virginia. Arlington County Police reporting a barricade situation here at the 7-Eleven convenience store. This is right near the intersection of Columbia Pike and South Monroe Street. Now, police initially received reports of a person being disruptive. When they showed up, they say the person pulled out what they believe is a knife. And
police ordered him to drop it, but instead he walked off and into the convenience store. Now we're told all employees and customers did safely leave that store. You can see here police inside working to take that man into custody. This is a breaking news story. Of course, all the latest developments. It comes here into our newsroom at DCNewsNow.com as well. Well, DC News Now is your local election headquarters. Virginia Supreme Court throwing out the results from the redistricting special election, saying it did not follow the proper procedure.
This is a huge political blow to Democrats, taking away the voter-approved congressional redistricting maps that favored the party 10-1.
Shame! Shame on every single Supreme Court justice!
There was this one-woman rally outside of court calling the decision an affront to the will of the voters, but the justices say that lawmakers did not follow the proper procedures, while Republicans are celebrating the win.
Cannot violate the Constitution in order to change the Constitution. The Supreme Court made that clear.
What's really disappointing is that this invalidates the redistricting referendum, the voices of Virginia's voters.
1.6 million voters in Virginia approved the referendum to redraw the congressional maps early as a response to President Trump's redistricting efforts that started last year in Texas. Now, Democrats from the Attorney General to the General Assembly are fighting the court decision with plans to appeal it up to the Supreme Court, while also asking the lower court to delay the ruling.
And Governor Abigail Spanberger responding to the decision, saying, in part, I am disappointed by the Supreme Court of Virginia's ruling. She goes on to say her focus will be on ensuring that all voters have the information necessary to make their voices heard this November in the midterm elections.
Now to a terrifying tumble out of a Maryland apartment complex. A child falling several stories from the building right near College Park last night. Now this is a massive complex right there in Prince George's County.
And that is where we find DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us here live. And Daniel, this is not the first time something like this has happened.
Chris and Susan, this is the third time in less than a year that a child has fallen from the same apartment building. Now people are questioning if there's something that can be done to improve safety. Initial reports say a child fell 10 stories out of this apartment building Thursday night, rushed to the hospital, and later pronounced dead.
You need to supervise them kids, you know? Like, close the windows, do everything you can to not protect them kids, you know?
It's an ongoing problem at Seven Springs Apartments. At the same building last August, a 3-year-old fell off a balcony on the 6th floor. And in November, a 2-year-old also fell from the 6th floor.
The fact that it's happened in the same apartment complex multiple times worries me.
Dr. Sadiqa Kendi is Chief Medical Officer for Safe Kids Worldwide and a pediatric emergency medicine physician at Children's National Hospital. She says adult supervision is key, but it's equally important.
They're not things that a child can climb on the balcony or even beside a window that would allow them to fall out of that window.
Neighbors say it's shocking this keeps happening. It makes me sad because he's such a little child. The precautions we have to take as mothers are to always keep them within our sight and constantly check on them to make sure they're close to us. Seven Springs Apartments was built in the late 60s. There's concern about safety measures in place.
It warrants the question, what is happening at that apartment complex specifically? And code is a really important way to help keep kids safe by ensuring that everything is truly up to code.
Police have not identified the child or exactly how old they are. We did reach out to Seven Springs Apartments and the management company for comment, but have not heard back. We're live near College Park. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Well, developing now at 9, a man has pleaded guilty to killing a 3-year-old girl in a crash while trying to get away from police in Prince George's County. Larry Naylor faces up to 10 years in prison when sentenced in the fall. Following that March 2025 crash, Zoe Harrison's family pushed for a rule change in Prince George's County. Zoe's law was passed in November and changes police pursuit practices in the county.
Now to a terrifying scene in Northern Virginia. Investigators arresting a man accused of trying to sexually assault a woman in the bathroom. Arlington County Police say that Kobe Perry approached the woman as she was heading into the bathroom over at the Pentagon City Mall, put his hands over her mouth, pushing her further inside the restroom. They say she was able to escape, yelled for help, and police later arrested the 28-year-old at a nearby park. He now faces several charges, including trying to force her into a sex act.
The fallout continues following accusations more than a dozen D.C. police officers manipulated crime numbers. Advocates telling D.C. News Now's Liberty Simmons it's left victims and survivors without the justice or resources they so desperately need.
A more than 500-page internal affairs report by MPD obtained by the Washington Post examined 700 reports it says were improperly classified. And crime victims organizations that we spoke with say these misclassifications denied their clients justice.
Our reaction was one of worry and feeling upset for actual victims.
Lindsay Silverberg of DC crime victims nonprofit Volare says she has firsthand experience with survivors who say MPD's classification of crimes did not match their experience.
The survivor that we were working with, their home had been shot over 30 times, and that ended up being classified as a property crime. We were in disagreement with the police because we knew that there was an individual who was harmed.
She says as a result, the survivor could not access victims' compensation. An MPD Internal Affairs report obtained by the Washington Post found at least 40 assaults with a dangerous weapon in 7th District were initially labeled as lesser offenses.
What that means is that, one, that criminal is likely not going to be held accountable, not going to be arrested, probably won't even be investigated.
One D.C. crime victim told News Nation her experience after a man assaulted her near the Capitol.
Before we went to trial, he was arrested 5 more times and released the following day 5 times. But after he went to prison, the stat wasn't counted in D.C. crime stats.
Interim Police Chief Jeffrey Carroll says that he cannot comment on the specifics of the investigation, but urged the public to allow the administrative process to take its course. For now in Northwest D.C., Liberty Simmons, D.C. News Now.
Well, a scary situation for students in Northern Virginia. 2 schools in Arlington forced into brief lockdowns over alleged threats by phone.
The calls, they came in just before noon over to Thomas Jefferson Middle School and Alice West Fleet Elementary. And you can see the police outside these campuses. They say the lockdowns were out of an abundance of caution as they searched the buildings. Now they found no concerns and then lifted those security precautions a half hour later.
Universities all across the country, the target of a cyber hack on an online educational platform. And that includes students at Georgetown University. They say they were in the middle of a final exam when this message popped up on their screens.
It's this big black box that shows up, and it basically was like, you've been hacked, shiny hunters, Canvas is not available. Like, you could click on a link to see all the schools that were affected and like pay ransom. And so they wanted us to tell Georgetown to pay ransom to get our econ notes back, which was crazy.
Hacking group Shiny Hunters is claiming responsibility for the breach. George Mason University also experiencing it and decided to postpone its final exams till today. Students tell us the platform seems to be working again tonight. Well, the Washington Mystics season is officially underway. They tipped off north of the border against the Toronto Tempo this evening.
The team also unveiling their new special edition uniforms. The Mystics collaborating with Nike for their Rebel Edition jerseys, and they pay tribute to DC's U Street and the Black Broadway era from the 20s and 50s. During that time period, the corridor was one of America's most vibrant cultural and economic hubs for Black Americans and became an important symbol during the civil rights movement.
All right, while the Mystics on the road tonight in Canada, their home opener is this Sunday, of course, Mother's Day. Washington will host the New York Liberty at 3 p.m. The Liberty at 3 p.m. over at Care First Arena. So it's going to be a pretty exciting season. Next Friday, they're in Indiana taking on Caitlin Clark in the Fever.
Oh.
And then Angel Reese comes into town on June 6th with her Atlanta team. So pretty exciting. Great basketball.
Big games.
Yeah.
All right, you're watching